Right, welcome ladies and gentlemen to the first game of round 3 of the City State Championships, this time featuring Zaun in the blue side versus Demacia on the purple side. And as always, Super Naked Zombie with me here.
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant every time. Right, on Zaun this time we have Twitch in the ADC role, Blitzcrank as support, Zac up in the top lane, Mundo in the jungle, and Viktor going down the mid lane.
And on the team of Demacia, we have Quinn going down the mid, Shyvana taking the top, Lux playing support, Fiora in the jungle, and Vayne taking the AD carry role.
Seamless, there we go. We're also streaming this at the same time. This may cause some quality issues in the YouTube upload, but I really hope it doesn't, so... But, we'll see what happens. Those of you watching on Twitch, hello. But, right. Anyway, what have we got with these two teams? These teams are both at 1-1. They've both got a victory and a loss under their belts. Funnily enough, both lost to Noxus already. So, yeah. They're both...
I mean, we know they say enemy of my enemy is my friend, but that's really not the case there.
No,
yeah, these guys are still going to fight.
Yeah, and I think the victory for either team here will make a huge impact on the rest of their season. I think these teams have the potential to challenge the top spots of Noxus and Fragile at the moment, but they need to get a win here over the other competitors to make that distance between the rest of the field.
Yeah, in terms of the championship, this is a really important match. Yeah, it's
It
really
looks like
important.
both teams are going to start blue buff. It's a little bit unusual. Most people favouring starting down at the red side at the moment on the blue side, just so you can get that pull from the bottom lane. But neither team going for an invade, or well, they're just walking around over there in the purple side, just having the scenery, having a look at the scenery.
I mean, early game's always a little bit dull, unless anyone goes for an invade, but I mean, this is safe plays by both teams.
Yeah, you can't really blame them. I think
Yeah, the right people
most
getting assists. Right.
Yeah, the most interesting matchup we've got going on here is this Quinn going into this mid lane and Viktor. We've seen Viktor do fairly well for Zaun in the past. He was a major contributing factor to their first game win over Bundle City, and he's a strong champion, but he has his quirks and his problems. Then again, people would say the same about Quinn, but what do you know about Quinn is that she can be a hell of a bully in the mid lane, and it looks like she's going to play very aggressively, going in there, but a good Q from Viktor stops a lot of the damage trade, and it looks like he's coming out on top at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Quinn is playing very aggressively, but she's also taking a lot more damage than he is. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see how that lane pans out.
It will do as well. Viktor is limited in somewhat because of his passive and having to have that extra item, and nearly everyone agrees that if you want to be relevant as the game goes on, you have to pick up the Death Ray one. And you can... The good thing is, as we saw there with that trade, he can fire off that Q as she comes in for the E and deny a lot of the damage, at least early on, while the damage isn't too high of that trade that she's trying to pull off. And I think if he starts hitting death rays like that, during those trades, or just as poke anyway, he's got a good potential. Though I think he's gonna struggle for mana a lot more than Quinn is.
Oh yeah, she's definitely got better sustain, but at the moment, he's coming out on top of the trades.
Oh, Zac coming in, he's spotted from the bush, but gets the knock-up nonetheless, gets the slowdown and the knockback from the zone coming down from Viktor there. The ignite goes down, he flashes in for it, barrier popped by Quinn, and she continues to run away. We've got Fiora coming in from the side, flash away from Quinn. Apparently First Blood picked up by Draggles down bottom there. Must have been a good grab onto that Vayne, and she goes down, but Quinn is out in the mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, that was a very good gank. It was, if that Fiora hadn't been there, I don't know, it looked like the Quinn was still out of there, but this gives the Viktor a bit of free time in mid. I mean, in terms of down bottom, that was going to happen sooner or later. The Blitz was going to land a grab, and unless the Lux gets the stuns very quickly on the right people, I mean, the Blitzcrank got the kill instead of the Twitch, which is not the way around you want it to be, but at this time, it doesn't matter too much. They've got the early kill. Yeah, they've got the
as long as
they've got the lane free for a bit of free farm.
Yeah, it's not so much about feeding the Twitch as it is denying the Vayne. Both of them get very good as they get into late game. Twitch is an immense team fighter if he gets a good position. But Vayne is so much more of a better duelist and there's more of a hyper carry than Twitch is.
Yeah, Vayne can very quickly snowball out of control.
Another grab into the minions
so that's
there.
what they're looking to prevent.
Yeah, see both support start with Ancient Coin here, so not going too overly aggressive and not doing the pesky Door and Shield, but that's a good condemn down onto Twitch, but they choose not to follow it up, though I think Blitzcrank's grab was down. Yeah, they would have been down at that point, and they probably could have traded some more damage there. Excuse me. And in the mid lane, we see Viktor going back, and he's actually at a CS deficit to Quinn here. So this aggression from Quinn seems to have paid off. She had to burn a lot of summoners to get away, but all the summoners from Viktor were also burnt at the same time. So they stand at a dead heat, but she's doing a little bit better with her CSing right now. Top,
Yeah,
it's
just
completely even.
An attempt at a gank top. Zac leapt in. They didn't get enough damage down. The Shyvana was out of there plenty ahead of time. They couldn't catch her. They couldn't trap her, and she's got too much health for them to burst her down.
We see Fiora coming in from the other side here. She has the red buff on her, and it's just about to run out, but Mundo taking a hell of a lot of damage anyway. The ignite goes down. Fiora flashing, well, not flashing in, was it? No, not flashing in, just the dash. I'm blind, man. But they pick it up, and that's a 1-for-1 trade, and we start to see a little bit of a gold lead as the CS starts to creep in favour of Demacia.
Yeah, but at the moment it's hard to judge the gold lead too much. You know,
but I think it's very much Zaun has to win this earlier than Demacia do. Like,
yeah, I think Demacia's
champions. Shyvana just gets stronger and stronger. Quinn is an AD carry who will scale, even if she won't scale as great as the two that are down bottom. Vayne will scale slightly better than Twitch, I reckon.
Yeah,
Lux will become more damage relevant as time goes on, as she just secures gold. And
Blitzcrank, while still helpful in late game, it's early game where you can get
good
that
grab onto the Lux, flash away.
Late game now.
He gets condemned back, and he's taking a lot of damage in response here. Twitch going in, trying to be aggressive, but now he finds himself there alone, and he's taken 3 true silver procs there, and that's a very poor trade in the end for Zaun, as they take a lot more damage.
Coming in now, it'll be interesting to see if they try and follow this up. I think Zac is going in. Yep, it's gone in. Let's grab up as well. It's Lux. It's gone. There's the grab. I think that's... Two kills for Zaun. One went to Zac, one to the Twitch. Let's get the second one. Let's see.
Who knows?
Yeah, that's one kill for the Twitch. The Zac, which is a good way to distribute that extra gold.
Yeah, there's starting to get a little bit of lag on your audio now, so
so I'll just predict the future.
No, not lag as in lag, but you're starting to like fade out and stuff like that, which is the problem with this whole streaming thing. It's my end problem, not yours, like that quietness. But we'll deal with it. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Quinn continuing to be very aggressive here. She seems to have used her ultimate down in the mid lane and is trying to get some damage onto.
I mean, like you said, Viktor's running out low on mana awfully quickly when he gets back into lane.
Yeah.
That's staying is going to be a problem.
Blue buff has respawned, and he could be picking up that, which will definitely help him out in that, but he continues to fall behind on CS at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you was talking about how she can be a bully in the lane, and she really is. Bottom, it looks like this Blitz might try for a cheeky grab. No, not quite. That's one of my favourite things to see a Blitz do, is grab through a whole load of terrain like that. I love watching those. Twitch is stunned, getting a bit of poke on him, but...
It's about to say something so cruel to you.
He's mean to me because I'm terrible, just terrible with Blitzcrank.
You used to be alright, and then for some reason you got good at champions like Yi, and for now you can't play Blitzcrank.
I'm not that good with Yi either.
Champions like Yi, but we do see Viktor going to pick up his blue buff here now. Zac just tanking that up for him. And the CS is across the board, apart from bottom, which is almost even, have crept in favour of Demacia, especially this mid lane. It just continues to slowly grow in favour of Quinn, and if she gets farm, like any AD or marksman, as I would like to call us, them to call it, they will continue to just get stronger and stronger. Down bottom there, a little bit
with a bad misgrab from the Blitzcrank there. It's interesting, bottom, the Twitch and the Blitz have the kills, but they're not building that gold lead. You know, they're not getting ahead enough to counter that Vayne.
Here's one of the annoying things about having a Lux there as well. Lux does provide some good utility of zoning and potential catch shielding as a support. Like, most people seem to underrate that as a support. Like, they just think, oh, a troll support just wants to pick up the kill with their ult, which you can definitely do, but she can do stuff.
You know, she's got slow, she's got stuns. She's a very powerful support, and I think she is often stuns. Sorry, she's got a bind. Her binding. It's okay. It's not a strict stun, but you know what I mean.
You can still shoot people while snared.
Yeah, it's a.
Oh, that could have been close. I don't know.
It looks like this Fiora is hanging around top, but this Mundo is way back under his tower. I don't think they're going to be able to get a gank out of this.
They need the ignite up as well, and Shyvana doesn't have it. It looks like she went aggressive with her ignite and dragon form to try and get him down that low. His ult isn't up though either, so...
This Quinn tried to take this Viktor mid, and then the Zac came in, and now this Quinn is looking like she might be in trouble.
She's doing a lot of damage. She goes back in. The ult drop there by Viktor is still doing damage to Quinn, but it's no longer moving, and they pop Zac, but down bottom, Twitch picks up another kill onto Vayne. They're taking down the little bloblets of Zac right now, and the final one there, and he dies underneath the turret.
Yeah,
it's very well
Viktor's
played there from Quinn to pick that up under pressure.
Yeah, they basically got outplayed there completely. The Viktor should have been more careful, and they should have. I mean, they should have been aware that Fiora was probably going to come in.
The barrier bait.
Coming bottom, trying to make up for that kill that the Twitch just got on the Vayne, but that Twitch and that Blitz are out there. They're not hanging around.
Blitz is teleported out. Good ward coverage there to see him coming down the river. It's not.
Yeah, that's what they needed mid for that fight.
It seems Quinn as well has her own wards up, so she's not likely to be caught out too badly. There's good barrier baits there in mid to get her kill off, and you've got to be wary of her ability to switch form and then use that execute damage to deal a lot of damage, and it's got a fairly lengthy range in it as well. I think probably one of the longest execute ranged attacks going, bar maybe Jinx's ult.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to look at the kill deaths around the map at the moment. I mean, this Vayne is 0 for 3 at the moment. She's doing fairly well on farm, but she is demoralizing. So.
It's demoralizing, but the Vayne's one of those ones that you can sort of expect to come out of lane behind. She's behind on kills. Not all of them have gone to Twitch. 2 of them have now. And he's got a BF sword and a Vamp Scepter, so he's working towards the Bloodthirster.
Top here. Zac leaps in on the Shyvana. The Mundo's following up.
She's got her dragon form. This shouldn't go down at all. She also looks like she may just want to fight it. She's laying damage down back onto Zac and now onto Mundo, and they don't seem to be on the same page here as Shyvana just running rampant in this top lane.
Yeah, absolutely horrible.
Wankin doing a good job. Well done, Wankin.
We're very proud of him. The other lanes are playing out fairly normally now. Bottom, this Twitch and this Blitz are being quite sneaky. You know, they're creeping up the bushes quite a lot. He obviously doesn't realise that ward's there. The Blitz is trying really hard with these grabs.
I think they're trying to lay down the pressure, and I think they're a little bit more formidable now. Having a BF sword while she's just got a Bilgewater Cutlass makes him a lot scarier at this point. Vayne...
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to see lanes like that. If you've got a Blitz, the temptation is to just sit under tower and wait for them to come to you, and then...
No, that's only how you play it, Dibs.
Come on, we've been up against plenty of players who support Blitzcranks or support Leonas who play very passively. It's good to see an aggressive player.
Oh yeah. But they should be. They obviously they're reading this aggression not only because they see her with a ward. Wow, I'm dumb. Yeah. But Lux went in full tilt then. It's very luckily that they didn't turn it around onto her in some way, because she is not very tanky at all, this girl.
I mean, the Fiora was in the bush then during that little cage.
Oh, Zac coming in. Gets the flash out of Lux, regardless of the fact he would have missed. Hook just missing on the back end of Vayne there.
Unfortunate that they missed all of that, but
it's unfortunate they missed everything. And this Shyvana's...
This Fiora looks like she might be about to go in on the Zac.
Yep, the Zac being caught as he rotates up and he flashes over, which is probably the safer option. Those two have a ton of damage, and if they'd got that down, that would have been a very scary situation. We talked about there's a slight CS advantage for this Twitch down bottom, and there's a slight for Shyvana, but mid lane now, she's almost doubling the CS of this Viktor, this Quinn. She is really putting down the hurt, and she's decided to go down bottom. She pops her ult. She's going to get in really quickly. She decides to go into Blitzcrank. Twitch has gone invisible. He turns around. Zac comes in from the backside. The grab misses, but Zac going in regardless. Barrier once again onto Quinn, and she's continuing to do some damage. But the expunge there from Twitch claims the kill, and that is an important shutdown. No, not a shutdown. She's only won one-on-one, but it's an important kill. Fiora.
Oh, the Fiora flashed and stood very still. I'm wondering if she's back, but she has to. Zac. She'll have to watch this.
That's a beautiful grab.
And this Fiora might die without even getting the Zac. There she goes.
Oh, that's amazing. That was a brilliant grab there, pulling her back underneath the tower.
That was my favourite grab. You know, that's what you like to see, the grabs. Slightly tricky ones, the ones through the terrain where, you know, it's good to see.
Oh, it's good.
That's a slightly more obvious grab early on.
I think there's just a little bit of confidence here from Vayne and Lux not to get grabbed, which is possibly how Vayne's ended up 0-3, but she's getting the farm regardless. She's got, she should be absolutely fine, but Blitz has managed to grab, I mean, either her or Lux a couple of times. The Lux has slows. It's just an easy game. Yeah.
But
Hang on a second, your audio's lagging, I'll take over. But they've gone in onto the Vayne and they've just smashed her up. A flash and a knock up in onto Lux, and they're doing the damage. The ult goes down from him, and will Twitch follow up on this? He's got 4 stacks of poison down, and I really don't think that'll be enough to take it down. That's unfortunate,
No,
but good play.
I think that's sensible. You know, they got the Vayne, they're keeping this Vayne. She's 0 for 4, man. That's got to be brutal, especially when the Twitch is 4-0.
But she's edging ever closer to that Blade of the Ruined King, and that's her first major item, and once she gets that, she'll start growing some confidence to be able to duel people. But meanwhile, up top lane, we see Mundo getting very heavily bullied by the Shyvana. One thing that he's done is he's built a Sunfire Cape, and 2 Cloth Armor, obviously heading into a Wardens or a Randuin's. She's gone for a build toward a Cutlass first, just upgraded that to a Blade of the Ruined King. She's going aggressive first. Shyvana gets naturally tanky like we talked about before, but last time we saw Shyvana she went full tilt damage, and she wasn't tanky at all, and sometimes that really came to bite her in the dragon butt, because she just could not. Yeah. Oh, we see Fiora coming in, she's got the red buff on her, going down, a tower hit there for Mundo, but no CC from Fiora, even with a red buff and the ability to dash twice to him, like, he's still just confidently walking away from that. I mean, if Shyvana was in there, there'd be a little bit more danger. But it's regardless of that, Fiora is a dangerous champion as the pure damage she puts out.
Oh, yeah.
But she has no CC, and that causes a huge issue a lot of the time, especially when she's played in the jungle, that unless your lanes have CC, they're going to struggle to pick up the kills, because there's no way to...
we were talking about this before the match. Those top 2 are going to struggle to gank this Mundo, because they don't have any slow to stop them.
No.
He's tanky enough, we'll get back to his Baron.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the point that these two are at. But I think Shyvana going damage, she's able to bully him a little bit, enough that he should be cautious, and she's getting the damage down on this turret. She has got it to like 1/4 life, whereas hers has barely been scratched. So this looks like it could be the first turret of the game, as we see Quinn ulting in mid lane. We've got a very low Zac, and looks like she's just going to try and take out the minions. But speaking of that top, looks like Mundo tried to beat off Shyvana, and she just won the fight. Has used her ignite, and I am missing all of the kills. Let's not do that. There's a tree ping down bottom there. That's a good use of Quinn though. She's got her ultimate. She gets a hell of a lot of movement speed whilst out of combat from her ultimate. She popped it, tried to try and kill the Zac mid lane. Didn't get it, but decided to use it to quickly try and rotate down bottom. They got spoiled out by wards, unfortunately, but there's the first turret of the game from Shyvana, and also Demacia picking up the first dragon of the game. So 2 objectives quickly picked up for them, and we see them now, despite this awful bottom lane where Vayne is now at 0 and 4, but then also 0 and 1 support Lux, we see Demacia at a gold advantage of about 1 to 2,000 gold.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that the team with the more kills, arguably playing slightly better, are really struggling to take any objectives and do anything with their kills. And that's what we've talked about in a lot of the previous games. We've got
Flash from Lux down again.
Yeah, we've got a lot of fights where they're not making best use of their team after the fights. But it is still early game, it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
That damage with the Sword of the Divine doesn't
it's
look
really
like
good, and they might be able to get this bottom tower now.
They might be able to, but they've got Fiora coming in, but it's very low, so I don't think Fiora will be able to fend them off. They're playing very cautiously though. Oh no, grab goes in onto Fiora. A lot of damage being laid down there, but with no Sword of the Divine ready, Twitch just doesn't have the damage, but they pick up the turret regardless.
Yeah, and that's a nice response to the turret that Shyvana just took top.
And this is important to know out as well, is this Twitch, he went for a BF sword and a Vampiric Scepter, not uncommon start at all for AD, he's got his 2 Dorans in there as well, but then decided to rush out a Sword of the Divine. The Sword of the Divine gives you a guaranteed crit and max attack speed for your next 3 attacks. It's a really, really strong item at coming out and bursting people down. Because he's so far ahead at the moment, he can use, well, not ahead of everyone, but because he's ahead of this Vayne, he can use that to crush down the Vayne. And also, I think it'll be quite dangerous to these other characters as well. Unless Quinn lands the blind on him, he's going to get 3 auto attacks that really, really hurt her. Fiora can reflect one of the attacks.
Zac's leapt in on a Shyvana who's not full health because he's been juking out from the front. It looks like the Shyvana's going to go down.
Yep, that's a good gank there, top. She was pushing it down, trying to remain aggressive, but we do see Quinn using that ultimate again to quickly rotate up to top, and she's going in. She just lunges. She could do. Flash there from Mundo. Uses the execute damage, and a good knock-up there from Zac. Stops her from getting it. Viktor's come to join the fight. Drops his ult down onto her. She's using her barrier once again. Damage going down onto Zac, but he's got his passive up. Quinn goes down, and both of them get out cleanly. So good rotations there from both mid laners.
Yeah, that could have been really, really unlucky for Zaun there, but they turned it around very, very well.
Yep. Lux ult coming across there, and she needs to be careful because she is in an enemy jungle without wards, and she is not a very strong support.
Blitzcrank near a tower.
Yeah, she's only got. They've both got. I like this as well from both supports. I don't think we've seen this enough in the city-state championships. We've got talisman rushes from
Ascension.
both of them started with that ancient coin and just tried to get the talisman as fast as possible. I'm not sure about the boots of lucidity from Lux. I understand the thought process behind it. Oh, but Twitch there, getting overconfident, tries to go in for the Vayne, and she manages to lifesteal through the deadly venom poison. So there we go. I think this Twitch is itemized a little bit wrong. The Sword of Divine is nice, but he doesn't have a huge amount of damage to complement it at the moment. And Vayne, now with her Blade of the Ruined King, is able to duel, and Blitz looks like he wants to come in here, and he should be very careful. He could kill her, but if she plays it right, she could kill him. Flash, knock up, knock back. He's going in. He's trying to lay the damage down, but oh, manages to get the grab. R combo. Yeah, he's maxed his grab out, so that's why it does so much damage. But you saw that how low he went, and it cost him his flash there. And no, he didn't use ignite because it was down. But
yeah, I mean, it's stunning how well that Q scales in terms of AP damage. You know,
he doesn't even have any additional AP. It's just the outright damage scaling of it was why AP Blitz works. Blitz.
Got a bit of a fight going on top. Lots of people just skirting around each other. The Zax there.
This is nice to see from Demacia. The game has actually come back a little bit in favour of Zaun. They've managed to reclaim that small 1,000 gold lead that was there. But Demacia realised that they're going to get slowly stronger, and they've sort of pushed out one tier tower, the tier 1 tower on top, there we go, that's what I want to say, and now they're trying to gain control of the enemy's jungle. They've got positional advantage here, and they take that mid turret. So that's a good play from them, but they're trying to take this. Ooh, grabbing onto Lux, knock up onto Lux.
That's not a good move for the Blitz. You didn't have the support there when he did that. Now
but Twitch comes in the background. He gets blinded by Quinn though, and a lot of damage coming back down onto him. Quinn gets the kill onto Twitch. Viktor going for the Fiora there, but unable to get it. Blitzcrank has gone down in the background, and Quinn going in onto Viktor. And they kill each other.
She gets the kill on Viktor.
Yeah, she does. That auto attack reset from that E, and Zac finds himself on the wrong side of shit alley. Gets pinned into the turret, and that's going to be a kill picked up for Vayne, who is slowly bringing her presence into this game. If Quinn and Shyvana and all that can carry her through this mid-game, she will carry them at the top, and it looks like Fiora
under tower there on the Fiora.
Yeah. Looks like she was very low from that fight as she escaped from Viktor after killing Blitz.
She could take him under tower, which usually you'd be able to, but just that passive, that Sunfire Cloak, it just gradually whipped her down. Sunfire Cloak, Sunfire Key. Right. Does he not have one?
I think you'll find... No, he has one, but there's a complete difference between a cape and a cloak.
Well, what's the difference between a cape and a cloak? And if you say one of them's got a hood, I'm going to come to your house and punch you in the face.
Oh no, definitely not. Either one of them can have a hood. It could be a hooded cape or a hooded cloak. But a cloak covers around the front, whereas a cape only goes over your back.
Ladies and gentlemen, InvexReynard, fashion expert of the 1800s. We're now looking at all kinds of action going on.
All kinds of action. People are just pushing lanes.
I mean, they're pushing mid.
Oh, good grab onto Quinn there, and a lot of damage coming down from Viktor. She uses the E to try and dodge out, but still takes a hell of a lot of damage. What's this Viktor got? His W is... I don't know why, but for some reason watching Viktor sometimes, the W just looks bigger than it should. I don't know why, but we've got a... Yeah. We've got a Shyvana trying to come around.
Shyvana and... Oh, they've got the binding down on the Viktor, but they're not following it up.
No, that's a shame.
Sensibly so. It's now pretty much all of Zaun hanging around mid. It's going to be interesting if they go for Dragon, if they barrel
Shyvana doing a lot of damage onto Viktor here, and he's under tower, and she's taking it, but she's tanky enough with that Dragon on, and she gets that kill. Quinn coming in, she's under turret now. Oh, grab just missing there from Blitzcrank, but they still might get it on. Good E backwards from her, goes into the ultimate, and she's getting out of there. Meanwhile, we see Demacia taking their second dragon. 2-man, pretty much uncontested, but Twitch has spotted this one out, and he might be able to pick up a kill. Doesn't look like he wants it, or he shouldn't want it, because that Vayne will probably kill him at this point.
Yeah, especially with the Fiora hanging around there.
That's a good move by Shyvana in the mid though, and again, decent play by Quinn. She's always there supporting her team, putting out tons of damage, maximising it. Good positioning, and the turret...
A firefight between Mundo and Shyvana top. It's just seeing who can take the most damage there from each other's passives, and some
Mundo gets it, but Quinn is coming in. Mundo spots it out, and is he just going to walk away? Quinn doesn't really want this fight. Doesn't look like she wants it, but he's going back into it. He gets quite down. She's doing some good damage onto him there, and we see Blitzcrank coming up the back. She flashes in on top of the Mundo. Lux gets a kill with her ult. Lux has entered the game, everybody, and that leaves Blitzcrank in a bad position against this Quinn that he does not have the damage to kill while she's got a Bloodthirster, so he gets the hell out of there.
Yeah. I mean, good effort from the Blitzcrank there, but he was just a little bit late.
Yeah, it was a nice idea for them, but again, Quinn playing very, very well as we see, again, a one-on-one duel coming out in favour of Vayne, and this is the problem. This Twitch hasn't really progressed his item build in the last, I don't know, 5 minutes, and though he's still got that CS lead, Vayne is becoming more and more relevant. She's now got a Zeal as well. She's got good amounts of attack speed, maxed Q and W. She's just going to keep getting stronger, and it doesn't look like someone have an answer for her, to be honest. Like, Zach can jump into the back line, but Vayne's so mobile, one person really isn't going to cut it, and...
Yeah, I mean, if they get the Blitzcrank grab on her, which she has been getting caught by a couple of Blitz grabs every now and then, they will have her, and they will keep her, and they will kill her very quickly, but without that Blitz grab, they are going to struggle to catch and kill that Vayne.
This is strange as well, as we may have Viktor getting caught here. We see Shyvana trying to go in on him, but he's just going down. But we see Mundo being collapsed in on from every angle. Fiora going in, we haven't seen her do anything.
That's coming up back.
But this is 2 strong damage dealers, and we've got Quinn coming in the background as well. Rando and Omen's going off there. And damage onto Blitz. He tries to fail flashes across the wall, but we see Twitch in the middle of the whole fight taking a huge amount of damage, but they do manage to pick up both Fiora and Quinn. Vayne coming in from the background now, picks up the Twitch, but she goes down as Viktor comes into the fight and finishes her off. Mundo
flashes off the Lux Shyvana. It looks like he can't decide who to go for. Good
binding there, hits them too, but a cleaver follow up from there, and it probably gonna go down. The cleaver misses that time, it's only one spell. The Q doesn't hit her either. And she goes down, and that ends up being a 2 for 4 in favour of Demacia, and it looked like it was Zaun. No, sorry, in favour of Zaun, and it looked like Zaun was the one caught out of position. But Mundo isn't really the person you want to catch out. Everyone sort of went into there, started using all their damage, and Demacia just collapsed. Zaun just collapsed from every direction and started catching
Mundo
people
just
out.
in the middle of it saying, "I'm what? You know, come at me." He was
pretty much like he just did to that tower. I mean, Shyvana's coming in the background and might kill him here. Rando and Omen going off there, trying to get out, gets the cleaver slow down, but she's going to have burnout ready again, and there is very little support coming in here. She's trying to get it, but we've got Twitch coming in. Mundo gets hit by the flame breath, but it's not going to be enough. W coming over the wall there from Viktor, but it's not going to be enough to catch it. Blitzcrank wants a piece of it, but he's going to find a Quinn at the other end, and everyone disengages.
Yeah, sensible disengage there, I think. Interesting, Demacia didn't do quite enough with that. They won a team fight. They need to be following up a bit quicker. They managed to get that one mid tower, but they need to be doing more.
It's my fault. It's Zaun. It's Zaun who are slowly taking control of this match now. Well, had that good team fight, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
It's my fault, I said it like 3 times wrong. Anyway, we see the blue buff trying to be taken here, and Fiora pushing top. One thing I wanted to touch on is we may see Vayne go in onto this Twitch if he gets a bit too ballsy. Yeah. One thing I wanted to touch on is Demacia have a bunch of really strong tanky champions, like Jarvan and Garen, yeah, and Xin Zhao can work out pretty well as well. Like, they've got these options for tanks, but we're not really seeing them ever. All of the Demacian teams have been fairly squishy teams. Like, this one is the most squishy thus far, and
yeah, I mean, Shyvana's
their
tank.
Yeah, the Shyvana this time
Shyvana
is building tanks.
Tanky.
Well, she is now. Like, unlike the other one we watched, where she went Blade of the Ruined King, and then into like, I can't even remember what she built, but she basically just built pure damage and fought a.
Yeah, but compared to like, she's about as tanky as she's a little bit more tanky than Zach.
Vayne's split pushing down bottom, but we've got a concerted 5-man effort here from Zaun pushing up the middle, and they're trying to get some more coverage. Lux ult there to clean out the wave, but Zach looks like he wants to go in under tower, taking the tower heat as we see Shyvana going in the back line onto Twitch, taking a lot of damage. It looks like he may go down there in the background. Blitzcrank trying to do what he can. We do see Twitch going down, but Blitzcrank getting murdered in the backline there, and as we see Vayne has recalled and come back to fight. Vayne trying to get in onto that Zach, who flashes away. Ooh, the bird picking up a kill onto Blitzcrank in the background there, and Viktor having to Zhonya's right in front of the Vayne there. Not able to get away as Quinn comes in and picks up her second kill of the fight. Picks up a third.
Vayne goes down in the middle of all that.
She does, and they're going to pick up another kill. Yeah. I think Vayne was a little bit too forward there. You kind of wanted to have Fiora first, and a nice quadra kill there from Quinn. Well deserved. She's been playing really well this game. She really dominated her lane. And
before the Quinn was 3 to 4, 3 for 4, and now she's 7 for 4. You know, that quadra really makes a difference.
Yeah.
And I was saying a huge gold advantage
Yeah.
to Demacia.
Shyvana did go down there as well, but she did really well. She came in from the side and kept Twitch completely out of that fight. What this team wants to do is to get Mundo and Zac just to charge in there and get stuff done, or maybe get a pick with Blitzcrank, but then use the range from Twitch to just get damage across all of them, pretty much like that. Like, if Twitch can do that, he's got huge damage potential. He could probably be even more threatening than Vayne, but Shyvana just dove right into that backline and didn't let him get that off. It was maybe an over-ballsy move from Zac to go under the tower, but good play from Shyvana to make sure it didn't happen. As we see Fiora going... Yep. Flash there from Twitch, it's not bad, and so it's a 1-for-1 trade, and pretty much in favour of Zaun there, because taking down a Fiora for a blitz, worth.
Yeah, I mean, they did get the Quinn shot down though.
Yeah, that's more important. Like beforehand, they got that.
It's the Zaun Demacia confusion again. We know which team's playing, ladies and gentlemen. We promise. Just get confused.
Wait, where are we? Who am I? Where are we going?
Right, we've now got a significant gold advantage to Demacia, a kill advantage to Zaun, and a tower advantage to Demacia. So I mean, it's still sort of anyone's game now. We saw Zaun look like they were going to pull ahead, and then Demacia look like they're going to pull it back. So
this game's starting to drag on as well. I didn't realise we've been in this for half an hour. It seems that the team's being very cautious. There's a bit of action, but they're doing the right things of pushing their lanes and trying to get good fights. But it seems every time one team thinks they've got a good fight, and it looks like an alright fight, maybe bar the tower dive from Zac, the other team's able to turn it around. And this is the reason Demacia is staying ahead on gold, is picking up the other objectives. They've got the extra tower, which is important, but they've also got all the dragons of the game, and I'm pretty sure that's the third dragon now.
Yeah, I think that's the third dragon that's gone to Demacia.
And, I mean, team killing there from Shyvana, but, you know, and meanwhile, Mundo continues to push top. He's got this teleport, and I don't think I've seen him utilise it very well for this match.
I saw him use it once to get back to lane to save the tower, which was a sensible enough time to use it.
It's sensible enough early game, but in this late game he needs to be split pushing. He needs to be strong enough to take on other people, either not die or win the fight.
Oh yeah.
And then he wants to teleport to other lanes to make it a fight number in their favour, and he hasn't done that so much, so it's sort of a wasted summer.
Out of position too much. He's been present for the big
no, he's not playing badly, but it's almost a wasted summoner slot, if you get my meaning. Like, it's not...
Yeah.
Their way to do it, as we see Blitz trying to pick out that pink ward, and the entire Demacian team says nope. And I've just noticed this entire Demacian team is female. Have we had a full Demacian female team? I don't think so, because Zhao has been present in both of those games.
Is Shyvana half dragon, so...
Doesn't make her partly man as well.
Are all dragons, are they like seahorses? They have their own babies?
They're asexual, they just reproduce by cloning.
Yeah, I mean, I watched dragon porn once, and I'm just repressing all of that, so now in my mind they're like seahorses. They don't have sex, they just magically poop out a baby dragon once every 600 years.
Amazing. As we see the teams just having a little bit of a standoff here. Demacia taking that dragon, and it looks like mainly Zaun are waiting for a blitz hook, which isn't forthcoming at this time, and they're just vying for position.
No, I mean,
I wish I was in this game. Damn, that would have been so good. Mundo's getting caught out in the bottom lane. Good condemn there from Vayne. She's going to get the chase on. Dragon form used there from Shyvana. Random Omen there. Good for peeling off the Shyvana. And it looks like they won't pick up the kill. And meanwhile, Zaun, realizing they have the 4v3 advantage in the mid lane, have pushed up and taken a second tower, equaling up the tower. So, well played. And there we go. The Mundo teleport coming in. But the rest of the team don't seem quite on the same page. But Twitch definitely is. And they pick up that Fiora kill. So they've now got a 5v4 over the entire map. Vayne scrambling to come back. Looks like Quinn's had to return to the fountain. They're going heavily onto that turret, and it looks like they may pick it up, but Quinn diving in there with the flash, and they pick up 2 quick kills. Twitch going down, and Mundo in quick succession, and they don't pick up the turret. And there's also a double kill there for Vayne, so what looked like a good position for Zaun again gets turned around. Too greedy maybe to try and face tank that turret and pick up.
Yeah, I mean, the Blitz was focusing the tower then, which, I mean, fair enough, you want to get the tower, but he would have been more helpful trying to protect his teammates then. He's got to silence, he's got to knock up,
the primary thing was as well is Twitch was focusing the tower as well, and Quinn, again, with a good play, comes in from the side using home guard, boots, goes into her ult form, flashes, so she can definitely get in there and just does a huge amount of damage instantly.
And that's a very quick Baron for Demacia.
Unfortunately, Fiora doesn't get it, but the other 4 members do. They get the gold from it, and they are now looking at a 7k gold lead. And Zaun
it also means the other team can't take Baron, which is, you know... It's
The
just good to
understated
deny a
fact
Baron
about
stuff.
taking Baron, when you take Baron, the other team can't.
And it's a surprisingly long cooldown.
7 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. So
7
for
minutes
7
is all I
minutes,
can
they don't have to
spare.
worry about Baron.
Resident
Which is
Evil
nice.
5. What a terrible game. No, wait, it was 6, wasn't it? Oh well. 6. I want to play a Thief. Just saying. Anyway. Why is there one monster missing from this blue camp? Someone just killed one of the little lizards and was like, you can live. But I'm taking this guy.
I
Wait,
think
who
still
does
fear
that?
into the next group that spawn though.
It's
You know,
not about
he'll
getting
tell
a
them
blue buff, it's
this-
about
this
sending a
terrible
message.
man that came and killed all of his brothers. Whatever.
It's such a shame, like that was essentially what someone wanted. Mundo got 2v1'd, got out alive, used the rest of the team used their 4v3 advantage. Mundo teleports in, they get a kill as well, so they've got 5v4, but then they pushed a little bit too greedily.
Yeah,
That's exactly what they
did give up
wanted,
Star.
but they didn't, they went a bit too hard on it. They were a little, they jumped the gun, and it's a
You
shame.
can't blame it. It did look like a really good position
Oh,
for them,
yeah.
but that Vayne came in very quickly from bottom. It's not responded a lot quicker and very, very well.
Yes, very, very well. Sorry, I'm having a little bit more audio stuff going on. I think the whole streaming idea was the streaming was a terrible idea. What?
Oh, there's people watching it.
Are they enjoying it? Afterwards, you just go in and see the Twitch chat. It's just like, shut the fuck up, you guys suck.
That's of course not Twitch chat. 12 watching,
Yeah.
and at least half of them are people playing in this game, so that's fine.
Yeah, they'll be playing in the next game. They're just like, I don't want to play now. These guys are just really mean about everyone. Oh, that's
You
unfortunate.
feel bad. I've been quite Blitzcrank. He's not that bad.
No, it's not. He also works for Riot. He'll totally ban you. Oh, but we got Zaun here just going for the fight. Looks like Zax engaged it into the back. Oh dear, Shyvana's gone offline there. That's a huge problem there. But nonetheless, it looks like Demacia are going to come out ahead. Quinn going into the back line, takes out the Twitch. Viktor goes down as well.
Zack manages to get back up. He's going up with Quinn. I think
Well,
Quinn's
Vayne
gonna
going
get
very low there, but it's a good peel from the rest of the team, and it looks like Shyvana has rejoined the game, so she wasn't out completely there. But yeah, Zaun there, looking like they wanted to force a team fight, but they didn't get what they wanted out of that team fight at all.
Yeah, no, that went very badly for them, and this game is now spiraling out of control for
No,
them.
this should be an inhibitor now. I think they've got like 20 odd seconds. Shyvana can definitely tank a turret. We see the top tier 2 going down. If Quinn keeps that lane push, they could get 2 inhibitors out of this possibly, because they've
Yeah,
got
I mean, there's now
even...
a massive gold, massive kill, massive tower ratio in favor of
Yeah.
Demacia, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a surrender before too long.
This Demacia team is terrifyingly strong. Shyvana is enough of a tank to be the only tank. They've got
Yeah, I mean,
just damage on everyone else.
We've
We've like
not having any of
yeah.
the true tanks.
They've got
but-
two ADs, 3 ADs really, 3 AD carries, which is just terrifying. And then this Lux has managed to pick up in the background a Void Staff and an Athene's Unholy Grail, which is not bad at all, as we see Shyvana getting grabbed and going down. But in the meantime, the rest of the team takes out the Nexus, and that's
That was a
victory to
brutal win.
Demacia. Fuck, Demacia won. Definitely Demacia.
Yeah, I mean, that was a brutally quick victory for them. I mean, we saw they tried to Zaun tried to do a team fight, lost the team fight, and lost the whole game off the back of that one team fight.
I don't
Very
think it was all
unlucky.
that. I mean, Demacia very much looked in control for a lot of the game, but there were moments where someone definitely fought back, and they tried to do what they wanted to do, but they could never quite get it together the right way, and it just never quite happened for them, which is a shame. But that means Demacia goes 2-1, whilst Zaun goes to 1-2. So as we were talking about at the beginning, this means a lot for one of these teams on 1-1.
Well, it means a lot for Demacia.
Oh yeah,
Zaun
will be cursing
imagine
that
how
luck. Zaun, so we can get an effective idea now of Nox is better than Demacia, Demacia better than Zaun, and everyone's better than the Yordles.
Well, everyone on Twitch, thank you very much for watching. Anyone watching on YouTube, subscribe, follow, comment, all of that.
Oh god. Right, cheers for watching guys.